Launching your side hustles, tips and tools. This is our 7:30 live on Tuesday, where we're coming to you, and this is going to be a brief one. This is going to be just a tip of the iceberg to help you guys move forward in launching a side hustle business. I know there are so many people out there in this particular climate that are sitting thinking about, what am I going to do? Things are up in the air all over the world. And so, how am I going to maintain my quality of life? And some of you guys may be saying, we want to do a side hustle. And I want to give you some quick tips, tools, and gems to help you launch a business that can be a passive stream of business, not an exchange hours for dollars stream of business, right? So, when we look at our world, there's three types of people in the world. There's people who work hard for the money and they struggle. Then we have people who work hard for the money and they can save. And then we have people who make money for them in their sleep. We want to be a part of the third category, where we have our money slaving for us instead of us slaving for our money. So in this particular economic climate, you want to have many financial revenue streams that are building up so that it can support your quality of life. It can make sure that when you get ready to retire, I don't like to say retire, we refire. When you retire, you don't have to diminish your quality of life because you have cash flow businesses that are creating income for you while you are asleep. Can anybody get excited about that? I don't know about you, but I think that's a winning strategy. So we're going to talk about that real quick. And I want to talk to you about a couple of things. We're going to talk about this side hustle this week, and next week we're going to talk about side hustles. And then in April, I'm about to say February, this year is flying by. In April, we are going to talk about balance. How do you create the work-life balance so you can win at life from the bedroom to the boardroom? And so I'm going to do these next two to just kind of give you some things to think about if one of your ultimate goals was to launch a side business. Number one, you got to get crystal clear on your vision, not your vision as of where we start, but your vision when you finish. When your business is fully developed, what does that business look like? How does that business operate? So oftentimes when those three categories of people who know how to make money, know how to make money and work hard for it, they are always in the now. They very rarely are thinking past the future week or month, right? They're like, I'm just trying to survive today, right? That's the people who know how to work hard for the money. The people who know how to save money, they have a little bit more vision. What are we saving for? Where are we going? But the third group that knows how to make money for them in their sleep, they are visualizing things far out, 5, 7, and 10 years out when it comes to launching a side hustle. So when you think about launching your side business, you want to think, how far do I want to take this business? So let me give you an example. I'm in the middle of getting ready to launch another business under the Breakthrough for Life umbrella. And one of the things that we talked about with my business partner today, how far are we going? Are we going to do e-commerce? Are we going to have distribution trucks? Are we going to have distribution centers? Are we going to just keep it small and keep it just online? Those are all questions you need to ask. Are you going to do a brick and mortar location? Are you going to sell products via e-commerce? Because if you're doing e-commerce, you need to make sure this is a note, this is a tip, this is a tool. Well, no, it's not a tool, it's a tip. When you're getting ready to set the vision for your business, you really want to determine, am I going to do e-commerce? Because when you build a website, you want your website to be e-commerce plugin ready. You don't want to have to redo your website because you created a blogging website when you really know in the long term you want to do e-commerce and you want to sell merch or you want to sell online food products or things of that nature, you need to know the end from the beginning. Set your vision clear when you're looking at your side hustle. How far do you want it to go? How big do you want to be? Do you want to have employees working for you? So let me tell you a little bit more about vision. When you're thinking about launching a side hustle, I'm launching all my side hustles where it doesn't need me to exchange any hours for dollars. I'm putting in all my work up front, and we will hire employees to do the rest. I'm not working. I work one business, and that's Breakthrough for Life, helping women win from the bedroom to the boardroom. One of the things that we do to win is we have multiple streams of income. So your vision, you need to take the time to flush it all the way out so that you know when you're starting at day one what you're building into day 392. Does that make sense? I hope so. And so then this is the other thing. When you're launching businesses, I want you guys to really keep in mind that you are launching a business for the purpose of being successful in that industry, to give value to people who are looking for what you offer. But I need you to keep this in mind. If you want to work on your business and not in your business, then you need to understand this quote from Markel Russell. And this quote is, "Success is a team sport." So who's your team? While you're visualizing your business, I want you to start thinking about, who do I already have in my community that has expertise in different areas that would lend their expertise to me to help me grow my business? Maybe, like for me, I have a phenomenal web designer. Josh Miriam is one of the best web designers I've ever run into in the industry. And so he's a part of my team. Now, he doesn't work for me full time, especially when I first launched Breakthrough for Life. He didn't work for me full time, but he lent his gift to Breakthrough for Life to help create our podcast logo, to help create my back end for my website. He did a lot. He lent his skills to me, and I paid for it on a part-time basis. So you must remember that success is a team sport. It is a team sport. You must understand that. So you want to start with the vision of your side hustle business. One, making sure it's independent of your hours needed. Two, you want to start thinking of who can you have running your business. If you want a business that's more like an enterprise, you definitely want to be thinking, who could be my right-hand person? What does that right-hand person need to be able to do? And how can I help that person think like me when I'm absent? This is how you work on a business and not in a business. How does John Paul DiGiorio run 18 businesses with no email? He has great team members that are getting it done, thinking how he thinks, and he allows smart people to use their gifts and lend it to his companies. Now, some of those employees he pays for full-time. Some of those employees are not full-time. But at the end of the day, when you're looking at creating side hustles that run on their own, and all you do is go pick up a check. One, know this, you're going to have to invest money and you're going to have to invest time initially. But the goal is, when you're investing that time initially, you're investing it with the vision that eventually someone else is going to be doing the accounting, the marketing, the distribution, all of those different things. That's so very important. And the last one that I'm going to leave you with is constantly asking yourself the question, how do I work on and not in my business? How do I set up efficient systems that run without human hands touching it? So maybe my accounting is as AI supported as I can possibly take my accounting. So I'm not physically putting receipts into QuickBooks, and I'm not physically putting business cards into my CRM, and we need to get rid of the routine type duties and streamline those. As the CEO of your side hustle, you are a very expensive data entry clerk. So who could do the data entry for you? Is there a software program? Is there an AI bot? Is there a teenager who's 16 years old that knows how to type well, that can type things into your CRM? These are all the things you need to think about when you think about launching a side hustle. Start with the end in mind. How far are you going to take this? Like one of my side hustles is car washes. I'm not running car washes. If I had my nails done, I'd say these nails don't do that kind of stuff. But I am going to have a GM run those car washes, and I'm going to set up the infrastructure. I'm going to finance it. I'm going to find the location, and then I'm going to groom a GM. For the plan I have, I'm going to pluck a GM from somebody else who's running a successful car wash and bring them over to run my car washes, and they oversee the car washes, and the only person I have to interact with is my general manager. That's starting with the end in mind, beloved. So I'm going to leave you guys with those three things. Vision, start with the end in mind. Understand that success is a team sport. And 3, you want to create systems that help you work on your business and not in your business. You do not want to be your data entry person. You do not want to be your bookkeeper. You do not want to be your social media marketer. You do not want to have to do those things. You hire people to do those things so that you can work on your business and not in your business and come pick up a paycheck. So this is Brenda Underwood, Coach BU, giving you a little sliver of the steak as we start to talk about side hustles. So I want you guys to think about that. I want you guys to DM me. Tell me, what are your questions about side hustles? I'd love to answer them live. Our next live series is because someone responded to the request that said, I asked, what would you like for me to do a live on that was going to help you, your quality of life? And they said they needed work-life balance because they're working a full-time job. They've started a side hustle. They're married and they have kids. And I said, that is perfect for helping women win from the bedroom to the boardroom. So that's what the April series is going to be all about. So I hope that you guys will DM me and tell me, what kind of side hustle are you looking at? What kind of challenges have you entered? And guess what? Next week, we're going to have the steak dinner, a good hour talking about side hustles, how to get them started, what you need to be thinking about, answering some of your questions. When you guys DM me your questions, I'm going to answer them on next week's lives, 7:30 Tuesday nights. I'm going to come to you and give you gems, tools, and tips to help you win at life from the bedroom to the boardroom. This is Coach BU signing off. Peace and love.